people were saying that you were upset or bothered. I would use that word, bothered, by Lola Brooke having performances and somewhat not including you. Or well, let me not say her having performances. Performances are being done, and you're not included.
I said performances in New York City.
Okay, that's fine. New York City.
She gonna perform all over the world.
Understood.
But it wasn't just typically something that I said, something that a lot of people say to me. And, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's New York City, baby. Like, come on now. Like, no show at all. But that wasn't really it's a whole, you know, it was more to it. But that's the TikTok that I made.
What's the more to it? I'm confused. Because to me, right, we live in the same town, and I'm pretty sure that y'all have each other's phone numbers and things like that, right? So it's nothing but a phone call. Yo, what's up? You know, unless the relationship is not where, you know, and sometimes we might get it confused because, you know, I've done things for people that may not really be my friend. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
I think that's basically what it was.
Okay.
I thought that our relationship was a little deeper than what it was, but it's strictly business, which is legitimate. Like it is what it is.
The main word that you said in that conversation is think. And I think that, and I'm I'm using that word think, sometimes conversations is key. You know, and you know, it could be, I don't know who's older or who's the big homie and who's the little homie, but you know, sometimes a person could be like, hey, well, me and you just sit down and have a conversation. We can sit and eat, or you eat at Julan, Seacoast, whatever.
Listen, we all grown, right? Actions speak very loud. Actions speak loud. Same way somebody felt something, another person could have felt the same. Like, it go both ways. Like, I
agree.
It's
but
a lot.
It's hard for me
it's hard for me to really get into everything without explaining the whole story.
Well,
you
let me say this, right? In my mind, right, there's some things that in my I wish I would have explained the whole story, but at this point in my career, it's too late for me to explain the story because then I would sound like a hater or bitter. And sometimes,
I mean, if you explain the story, maybe people might understand.
Well, I think it's too. In my case, I think it's a little too late. I think here is fresh, and when I say fresh, it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, a person could look at you and be like, oh, you know, you mad because things is moving, and you know you're not getting on the train. You understand what I'm saying? So. Just me, I'm a person. People always say I'm like the peacemaker. I love everybody getting along together and different things like that. Not saying
I mean, I love everybody getting along together too. I done collab with damn near every up and coming female artist in the city. Like that's the whole point that I be trying to push. Like that's the whole point I be trying to push. So for me to get on the track with an up and coming artist, we're not too. Don't Play With Is both of our biggest songs.
Understood.
So if we both coming up together, certain things morally we should probably do together, you know, especially when it's in the city. If it's outside the city, all of that we two separate artists. So it's not like, oh, we're the Bopsy twins or we the city girls. Like that's not the case. So there's gonna be things that get done on each end that's out of everybody's control. But certain things, certain situations, I just feel like sometimes you can make a call. You can make an executive decision on your
I mean,
end.
it start with the two people, and I'm not going to harp on it through this whole time we're talking. It's just that I think that it starts with two people, and the two people are you and her. You understand? We could look at managers, we could look at labels, different things like that. You know, and,
we had very small conversations where
recently.
No, not recently. I mean, I seen her today, but we didn't have no conversation. But
well, why wouldn't that be a conversation? That would be the first thing I would say to a person.
Listen, man, I don't know. But
did you say, did y'all shake hands and hug?
No.
Okay.
But before, because people are always like, oh, why you in court? Why you in court? We've had well, okay, she texted me one day and she told me something
recently or a while ago?
No, this is before.
Okay.
This is
understood.
This is like like January. She texted me and she told me this is about like the performance, about the song shit. What she told me, it was clear as day. Like, oh yeah, you could go perform the song by yourself. So that means that when you perform, it's not like I ain't bringing you. Like that's what that means.
Well,
to
let me say this, right?
Let
me say this, and I'm not.
So what am I supposed to say?
Well, what would you think would be the reason?
I don't know.
Because I'm gonna give you an example, right? Not saying that this is what it is, right? So I have some friends, right, that I know that I can't bring them places because they drink too much or they do stupid stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So
I've never been.
I'm not saying the drunk part.
Anybody in any situation.
Do you think it's any type? Because I'm trying to mind boggle this.
See how confused you are?
Yes,
that's how confused I am too.
Okay.
That's how confused I am too.
Okay, well, listen,
and that's how confused a lot of people in the world are.
I'm not gonna harp on this. I'll say this part and close it on my end. I feel that I hope that one of you two guys are going to be like the big homie and reach out to each other and square this away on a positive note. That's all I'm going to say when it comes from me.